welcome to Wednesday night's episode of the Blitz Pickup. Your girl is back. Somebody else did a no-call, no-show, but we could touch base on that later. We're going to talk about a few things tonight. Talk about some practice things and Darren Waller being activated, some A-chain injury speculations, and some comments made by somebody new around here. So without anything else, Lou, welcome up.
Jazz, what's good? Man, so just real quick, right? So you said a no call, no show. Who you care to elaborate on that? Like,
I mean, who's missing from up here? Do we got a no call, no show tonight?
Jess, I mean, we could have just said Tony's, life is life, and we didn't have to say no call, no show. I mean,
he pulling the Alex tonight. That's crazy.
Hey, that's crazy. Hey, pulling the Alex is wild, by the way. Hey, Tone, when you listen back to the replay, just know I didn't bring up the no call, no show. That was Jess. But no, Jess, absolutely. But Jess, what's good? How's life been? I know you've been, doing some things and stuff. How you been? You good?
I've been good, chilling, doing some new things and taking on some new roles. How about you?
Hey, well, life do be life, and I got some, I had to come to Georgia real quick to fix some work problems, so I'm out here now. Wife is not really that happy that I'm gone, because there's really no timetable of me coming back home. But but again, I'm out here, got to pay the bills, and besides that, everything's good. Oh, Mr. Parker already with the who? Oh, shit.
That's our chat. See, now, this definitely exactly that comment right there. Who? That's why it's not Tony's chat. I hope when you listen to this, Tony, later, you remember this ain't your chat. It's my chat.
That is crazy.
See Von Joe's comment.
Your GPS takes you to your. Oh, hey, you know what? Von Joe does have a point. Tony was with us yesterday in the Twitter space, and we did hear his GPS, and the GPS did sound a lot like a European. So, hey, listen, Tony has definitely changed on us Americans down here for sure.
That's all right. We'll give him a pass. I think this is like the first time he's ever really missed a show. I know he's going to be scrambling a little bit when it comes down to it. But let's get into this first topic because
absolutely,
I don't really know too much of what happened today. I'm a little bit behind the ball, so I'm sorry to everyone off the bat. Let's talk about practice. Well, you tell me about practice. How do you feel? Did things go well?
Well, Jess, if you're talking about the weather and things of that nature, it went well. It was great. The weather was great. It was perfect, beautiful sunshine in the great state of Florida, Jess. But as far as practice, I heard the offense, again, looked terrible. Tua Tagovailoa looked terrible. It's concerning, Jess, in the aspect of we keep hearing about these bad practices, right? And the fact of the matter is, our team is not playing. Like the Tua Tagovailoas of the world, supposedly Austin Jackson was seen today in a walking boot. James Daniel is battling some things, Jonah here and there. We don't know what's going on with A-Chain now. Reek ain't practicing, Jess. I can go on and on and on. And the fact is, they're not even getting no reps in practice or in preseason games. And when we think about it, you remember the comments from Tua and Tyreek last year. Well, we started off rusty. We need reps, this, that, and the third. And then coming into the season, we're getting none of it. And all we hear is a good day, but more bad days for the offense. And today, another one. And I don't know if anyone's noticed, we're about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks away from football. like it's getting ready to start here soon, Jess. And from my recollection, I'll ask you, it sounds like we've had more problems and issues with this offense in practice and in some games than we've heard of like good days.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a concern for me, Jess. What about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely concerned because we shouldn't be having, especially, I don't want to say like injuries piling up because it's little things here and there, but it's a little concerning so early. It's August. I'm concerned. But we'll hopefully everybody knows what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know about all this.
Yeah, listen again, Jess. I don't like it. I'm with you. I,
I'm
I,
not a
it's just not good. We can't. I don't understand without playing football how you get in football shape and how you get football ready without playing football. Like
yeah.
walkthroughs is great and practice is good, and again you get better. But even at practice, just again, Tyreek. I think they said it. It's been 20 practices. I seen a stat today. It's been 20 Miami Dolphin practices. Tyreek has missed 8.
Fun. Yeah.
Devon A-Chain has missed like 5 or 4 or something like that. It's a couple other guys that have missed 5, 6 games, something of that nature. It's like these guys, I don't know if they're injured. I don't know if the team is just sitting them down because they're so scared of injury. For whatever the case is, Jess, these guys are not practicing. It's concerning, especially when we hear, like, I have no issues with the defense, Jess. I think they're going to get beat. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, no team is going to hold teams to 0, and no corner's never going to get beat, and no linebacker's never going to miss a tackle, right? We get that. But going into the season, I'm 75, maybe 80% confident in this defense.
Yeah.
Jess, I'll give you 25, maybe 30% offensively. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to get. And I know a lot of people's opinion, Jess, is you win in this league by playing defense and having a strong run game. But at some point, again, the Super Bowl was a perfect illustration. The Philadelphia Eagles have an amazing running game, amazing offensive line, amazing running back, right? But when Kansas City decided to be in the Super Bowl and take that away, Jalen Hurts had to make throws. And I'm not saying we haven't seen Tua not make throws and stuff like that, but we do know Tua has some shortcomings when it comes to the bigger games and some of the pressurized moments. And listen, I think, I try to defend him as much as I can, but I do think Chris Grier could possibly be in trouble. Not so much in my opinion, but from the fan base, right? And maybe even so much the organization. We definitely know Mike McDaniel is in trouble, and Tua and a lot of these other guys, Jess, on the offense could be in trouble. Listen. They got to get their shit together, and they better hope if they don't play, because they didn't play. Basically, they didn't play in Chicago. They didn't play against Detroit, and if they don't play against Jacksonville, and let's say they come out, and I'm just talking about the offense, Jess. If they come out early in the season and they're struggling, this fan base will light this team up, especially offensively, on fire.
Yeah, definitely. I just want to know if Tua are going to make it out of September, but that's just me. Uh-oh. Lou, it's too early to be losing you. I don't know if everybody else is losing him. Does the chat hear Lou, or is it just me? See, this is what happens when we're missing people and we don't know what's happening. See, look at it. Now we lost Lou. Okay, so go from here because I really was not paying attention that much today. Thank you to the chat. I thought so because I couldn't hear him either. Okay. So I don't want to take Lou's comments. I don't want to go to the next thing until he comes back. I see him popping up. Maybe. Yes, no, Lou. See, chat loves me. I just really don't know what happened today, so I don't want to leave. Lou had things that he wanted to say, and I don't want to take over for him on those things. But okay, I don't think we're gonna have Lou. So I guess it is just gonna be me for a while. So I guess y'all just get me and the information that I don't know. So I'm gonna need y'all in the chat to help me out today. So, sorry, I missed Monday. I missed a lot today. I've been doing a lot of stuff. As most of y'all know, I moved out of state and I'm completely lost for the past couple weeks. Darren Waller was activated. I know that. And that's not really a huge topic that I think Lou really cared to touch base on. No, I didn't move to Miami. I wish, but no, I did not. So no, I am still in my great area of Philadelphia. So there's that. I don't know. So I one of the chat can kind of help me out here. A-Chain's injury. What is happening? Because I don't know. I have not looked it up. Is he really injured or is he not? Because I've heard conflicting reports so far. And some people are like, oh my gosh, it could be terrible. And other people are like, oh no, it's chill. It's fine. He said that he's good. Or other people said that he's good. So I need y'all to help me on this. What is everybody's thoughts on this? Or what is actually happening if somebody has somebody's real report?
I am so sorry, Jess. Again, see, people in the chat, don't blame. It's not only Tony. Life be lifing, right? I'm getting work calls in the middle of the show. I have to leave. I have to solve I'm a problem solver out here. I can't just be out here giving y'all great content 24/7.
So I agree with Nate's comment, which I haven't highlighted yet. I kind of asked about A-Chain's injury because I don't really know too much what's happening. So I was asking from the chat what everybody is saying or what everybody's thinking about this. I know Nate says she don't trust any report from the organization, which I kind of agree with on that because I don't trust them at all. But yeah, I don't know about you, but Lou, but it feels like every time they do tell us something, it's like something is still hiding, which I guess I get. They're not going to tell us every little detail, but I don't trust this organization specifically when it comes to these things. So there's that. A calf strain is fine, but is it really a calf strain or is it something deeper than that? Because every time it seems like something happens where it's a sprain or something simple, it's way more complex than any of us know or whatever.
Well, I'm with you, Jess, and I'm with Nate. I'm with Nene as well because I brought up in the community. I don't believe this one bit.
Yeah.
What's crazy is, Jess, so we got the report that he was hurt. Then all of a sudden it was a calf strain. But right after that, the Dolphins basically said he would not be practicing against Detroit. After the game, they said, but he'll be playing week 1. That's what the organization said. He will be playing week 1. Then after that, there's reports he's not participating against Jacksonville, and for the most part, he's probably not going to play against Jacksonville. So the question I would have to you, Jess, and everybody else, how do you go from you're so worried it's a calf strain, it could possibly turn into an Achilles, blase, but the team already said you're playing week 1, you're like a starter?
Right.
Like, I don't understand how that works. Like, so I'm with Nene, if that's her opinion of, I just don't believe it. I think because Jess, we talk about it all the time. Does Mike McDaniel baby these players? Is it a country club mentality? This, that, and the third. I think if Mike McDaniel comes out and says, hey, we're sitting down A-Chain for the remainder of the preseason, we'll see you week 1, people like me, Tone, Nene, and others are going to come out and criticize him, right? Yeah. So, again, what's the next resort? Lie to us. Well, there's an injury, but don't worry, he'll be here week 1. So I don't believe nothing the organization is saying. Again, there might be something minor going on with A-Chain, and they possibly could be like trying to be precautious, I guess, with the situation. But like the CBS report that I believe everybody came out and seen, there was, he could possibly miss 3-4 weeks of the season. Like, I don't think we're there yet. I could be wrong, but for me, I just think the Dolphins as a team are shutting players down, and they rather do things like this than just come out and say they're pussyfooting around and they're not playing players.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. I'm intrigued to see. And if even if they're going to say, oh, he's going to be there week 1, or he's going to definitely be playing week 1, how long is he actually going to be out there? Like, because that could mean a lot of different things too. Playing week 1 is just a generalized statement.
Well, and that's true. Now, let me ask you this, Jess. Let's say there is a calf injury. Let's play the other side of the fence. Let's say it is a calf. And we know you're a basketball fan. You know it as well as I. Like we seen Klay Thompson. We seen Kevin Durant. When you have played with calf strains, there's the possibility of torn Achilles.
Yeah.
If the rumor is true and if he is injured and they do play him week 1 and all of a sudden, knocking on wood,
right,
boom, Achilles tear. Are we blaming the organization? Are we blaming the team? Are we blaming Mike McDaniel? Like, where would you stand on that, Jess?
I feel like you could like kind of play both sides of it. I know personally I would be like, definitely I would personally put blame on Mike McDaniel, but that's just me. I wouldn't be so upset if they came out and said we're sitting him for the rest of preseason because of this calf strain or whatever, but he's going to be there week 1. Fine by me. That's fine by me. I'm going to be annoyed by it because I would rather him be practicing or whatever, or playing, like doing whatever with the team for preparation for week 1, but I'd rather him also not risk any further injury, knowing that that calf injury really could lead to something season ending and serious enough where, we've seen it in many players, football, basketball, whatever, Achilles tears. Some people just don't recover fully, or they don't ever recover the same. And I wouldn't want him to risk that even further, even in week 1. If it's still there, if we're still having a calf injury or a calf strain, potential for injury, as much as I don't want to see that, I would rather they minimize his play. I'd rather him later in the season than in the beginning. That's me.
I mean, it's tough. I get it. He's one of the most explosive offensive players we got, and realistically, from what the running back room looks like now, with Alexander Madison going down, and Jalen Wright really not looking the part. I know we got Ollie Gordon, and again, it's great. It looks good. I'm excited, right? But I got to keep the same energy even with him.
Yeah.
With, like I say, Quinn Ewers is playing against Publix, like sandwich makers and Walmart workers and stuff. Well, that's what Ollie Gordon is running against too, right? Mm-hmm. So even though I'm impressed, I got to see him. And today, by all reports, I guess he was getting some run with the number ones. So, that was good to hear. I don't know, man. Like, for me, you got to play though. Like, I get what you're saying, and I don't know. Just if it was, and again, it's sad to say, but if this was the Bills and the Eagles or the Chiefs or the Ravens or somebody like that, and I know Nene's in the chat, she's going to eat this up. Those organizations have built enough cachet, credibility to where they could sit a player or whatever, and since they've won and they division titles and playoff games, this and that, they get the benefit of the doubt. But the Dolphins have had so many excuses, so many lies, so many this, that, and the third, that again, it's just hard to, if he's available, right? Like, again, Achilles, cool, I get it. Torn ACL, cool, I get it. A strained calf, I don't know if I can give the Dolphins a pass in that. Like we already know what the mantra of this team is. They're not tough, they're not physical, they're weak-minded, they're this, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden, a player can play, but we're holding them out because we're just cautious. And it just, the optics of it don't sound right to me. I get your point. I'm not even saying you're wrong, Jess. I tend to agree with you, but nah. Again, I always tell people this. No matter what the Dolphins do, they have put themselves in a place to where there will be some people that will like the move. Oh, protect them. Let's have them later in the season, this, that, and the third. And there will be others, like me, that will be saying, nah, that's pussy. And nah, we can't do that. It's football, and guys got to play. So, and the only people to blame is themselves. From the front office to Mike
Yeah.
McDaniel to the players, that's the culture, and that's what they have created. So, nah, bro. Listen, I guess I'll be cautious week one if he plays Jess. Every time, he gets tackled or whatever, I'm looking. But nah, I would say if he's healthy enough, he has to play.
Yeah. I feel like I think there's no really right answer when it comes down to it, because you're like, oh, it's just a calf sprain. Then you're like, I don't want you to have something season-ending, career-altering, something crazy. Because I don't want to say this, because knock on wood, our luck is not great. so I feel like I'm kind of skeptical.
Well, even Von Joe with this comment though, he says, "Nah, a strained calf can be. I guess it can lead to a torn Achilles and stuff." And that again, that's fair. Von Joe, I'll ask you in the chat. So if the rumor's true, if it's a calf strain and this, that, and the third, whatever, right? Would you play him week one, Von Joe, or would you sit him out? Because I don't know, man. For me, again, you got to play. You have to. I can't go with the babying of players anymore. And I'm not, I mean, supposedly Tyreek is battling and stuff. Are we sitting Tyreek Hill 2 week one? So A-Chain can't play because he's dealing through things. Tyreek can't play, he's dealing through things. Austin Jackson can't play, and so everybody that has a nick and a ding or whatever, like they're not playing. I don't know if, at least for me, I'm not playing that. Again, if you have a broken leg, fine. Torn Achilles, cool. ACL, cool. Like, I get it. They shut down Kader Kohou. He had a legitimate injury. Nah, bro, off a strain. Nah, I'm sorry, bro. Jess, we killed Tua for doing the same thing last year. Remember when he had a hip bruise?
Yep.
And he couldn't play, and the team set him out? What did everybody say? Well, damn, hey, that's pussy. Why is the organization? They should let him play. And you can't argue with that. It was a hip bruise. Well, this is the same situation. It's a strained calf. Nothing is pulled. It's not. Nah, I'm sorry. They got to play. Nene with Lewis, if you're breathing, you're playing. I mean, Jess, I was trying to be my best impersonation of Tony, giving you like a 3, 4, 5 minute spiel. Nene basically said everything I was trying to say in those few words. Yeah, like, what are we talking about? If you're breathing, you're playing. Like, I don't get it. Like, so nah, man. I'm with Nene on that.
I feel so like optimistically cautious. That's where I like fall right now. Like, I'm very optimistic on the season, but I'm very cautious on the season. So I'm trying to like navigate where I want to fall exactly. Because I don't want to sit certain people. So I'm, as you know, I'm very over Tyreek. Don't care anything for him. So for me, I'm like, I don't care if he has a calf strain. Put him on the field because I'm annoyed with him. But I would give A-Chain a pass just because I feel like he's always been there. He's always shown up, did what he was supposed to do. So that's mean. There's like giving leniency passes to certain people. Probably shouldn't do that, but that's okay. So I guess, as you said, you went in, you're trying to be Tone. You were trying to give me like a 5-minute thing, trying to make the time clock move. Thank you.
Wait. So I can say that, Jess, but are you trying to imply that I got to be more like Tone? Is that what you're saying?
No, I like you're short and sweet, but boss man upstairs is not going to be happy if we short and sweeten. So,
all I'm saying is, listen, I love Tony too, right? But you know what? Never mind. Shout out to my dude Tone. Shout out to that European dude out there in Europe, man.
So I wonder where exactly he is, because he was a Frenchman one day. Now he's not a Frenchman, so he should be somewhere else, right? Do we have any idea where he may or may not be? Because that may play a part, but who knows?
Hey, well, hopefully he's having a good time. And like I said, he was with us yesterday in the Twitter space a little bit. He was traveling, I believe, from Switzerland going up to Italy, I believe. So that was the last time I talked to him. But again, Tony is on vacation, so everybody expecting to see him and stuff. That man deserves a break. I know we jab at Jess when she's gone. Obviously, they jab at me when I'm gone. The producer as well. Actually, the producer don't miss. So shout out to the producer. And we take jabs at Tony too. But again, either life be life, and Jess also needs time off to go to Chris Brown concerts like 3 times a week.
I'm sorry, the breezy bowl has taken me over. I'm in breezy bowl mode to the end. I actually have one more that I'm planning on going to.
I mean, Jess.
It's on a day off where we're not here.
Jess, the concerts are the same though, right? They're just in different venues.
They are, but if he's in a basketball or if he's in a football stadium versus a baseball park, the show is a little bit set up different because all his football stadium tours, he's doing fireworks. He didn't do fireworks at Citizens Bank Park, so I had to go to MetLife.
Unbelievable. Y'all hear this, right?
It's just how it is. We were in a 2-hour rain delay at MetLife, and I waited. I wasn't leaving.
So you sat there for 2 hours in the rain?
In the concourse, yeah. It was lightning out. They couldn't start the show. First of all, I'm not just there. I mean, I'm there for Chris Brown. You and everybody in here knows me and Chris Brown like this. Okay, love that. I'm going for him. But, I mean, like Bryson Tiller was there. I love Bryson Tiller, so I wasn't leaving.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad. See, we're gonna get back to Dolphin football, right? But I'm glad. I just want the chat to see what me and Tony and the producer in the back got to be dealing with on a day-to-day basis. We giving you a little sneak peek into Jess's Chris Brown bowl.
Breezy bowl. Back to Dolphins bowl.
Okay, there you go. Back to Dolphins bowl.
So that must have been. See, we need like paid commercial breaks or something, I'm gonna talk to big man upstairs about commercial breaks. We should have some of those. Then Tone wouldn't need to go on 5-minute rants.
Yeah, just in the middle of his rant, just cut him off to a commercial. That's crazy.
Yeah, just do like a little commercial just out of nowhere. We could like pre-record something somewhere. We could have a commercial about hands and feet. We could have a commercial about Tony going around buildings.
Yo, I need to get a sponsorship from some like hands and feet type you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna go get us a couple sponsors.
There you go. Perfect. I'm sure the chat would love to see it. We'll have to, do something a little off ball one day just so the chat is happy with us someday.
Yo, off ball is wild, by the way.
I'm sorry. See, where's Tone? We need Tone to offset some jokes. But
yeah, absolutely.
So there was another report, right? Or a reporter, I should say, that asked our new, I don't know, person that we like, obviously, Judon, about his sacks, right? I don't know the exact comment that was said. I don't know if you do, but I just know that a reporter had asked him about his sacks, and he had replied that he's a dog. We love dog mentality, but I want your comments on his answer to that reporter's question.
Well, Jess, this is the exact kind of quote we want to hear from players coming into this building.
Exactly.
So the reporter was Joe Shad, and Joe Shad asked Matthew Judon. He spoke today. Obviously, he was, I don't want to say limited at practice, but he doesn't have the full grasp of the defense or nothing like that, even though he's kind of played in a similar scheme.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But yeah, Matthew Judon spoke today, and one of the questions that kind of caught my attention was when Joe Shad basically asked him, coming from where you come from, being a Division II football player in college to having 72 career sacks in the NFL, why do you think that is? And his question was short, simple, and to the point. He said, I'm a dog, bro. That right there is the mindset we're all talking about. Now, can he live up to it? Who knows? This is a little bit, you know, older, right? I think he's past his prime, I would say. But from a leadership standpoint, for guys like Chop Robinson that's going to be in that room with him, for a Kenny Grant, just the front seven in a whole, just, well, I mean, Jalen Phillips being in there, y'all guys know, I think he's a little weak-minded. Just to hear things like that, I'm a dog, and I loved everything about it. Right? There was no hesitation. He didn't have to think about the answer. It was question, boom. The reason is because I'm a dog. That's all I had to hear. I'm fully bought in with Matthew Judon. Right? Like that. There, you can't fake that, Jess. That's not a fake answer. That's what he believes. And I do believe the more people you get like this, you've heard me and Tone argue about it in the past. I don't need 53 of them, but I can't have 3 of them and 50 of them being soft. That's what I can't have. So I think Jordan Brooks is a dog. I think Matthew Judon obviously is coming in with a dog. We heard Kenny Grant talk about I'm a culture changer. I believe he's a dog. Jordan Phillips, another rookie. He looks like he's a dog. Zach Seiler. I guess the point I'm trying to make is just it seems like more and more dogs are coming into the building. Right? So that's only a positive for me. Hopefully it's for you and everybody in the chat. But that comment specifically, Jess, when I heard him say that, I was like, oh, I'm all in. Right? Like you sold me, you had me at hello, basically. Right? So yeah, again, that's just my opinion on it. But what do you think, Jess, hearing that comment like that when the question is posed the way it was posed?
I love it. Like, I'm here for it. That's the energy that I want to see. I think, I was gonna say, I highlighted G's comment. He said that he was here to beat Buffalo. Like, that's what I want to see. I like that shit. Excuse me, YouTube. But yeah, I'm excited. It really doesn't. I don't like to see the softness that we've always had or that we've consistently had. So to see somebody kind of come in and almost say like, hey, I don't want to step on people's toes, but I'm a dog. Like, I'm here. Like, this is what I'm here to do. I'm here for it. Like, you got me on board. Hello.
Yeah, listen, I see a lot of people in the chat saying they got to wait and see approach. I mean, obviously, it's a wait and see approach. There's one comment. Where was it at? Here's from Rashad. He came here to Miami for a check. We falling for this again. And see, Jess, this is what, like comments like this, everybody knows I want to go back at Rashad. Like, I want to tell Rashad he don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I can't. It's like with the 8-chain what we were talking about earlier, Jess. The Dolphins have put themselves in a position for comments like this.
Yeah.
It's because of the way they've moved in the past. They've lied. Other guys have came in and, again, to Rashad's point, they have said the same thing. I know Nene was in the comments earlier too saying, well, Jalen Ramsey was also a dog and look what happened. And Calais Campbell. And those are things just you can't debate. I guess for me, it's just good hearing it.
Yeah.
But now looking at what the chat is saying and stuff, yeah, I mean, I get that side of the argument too. And listen, I'm taking a wait and see approach too. But I guess the question I would ask is, so if he would have came out and not gave that answer, if his answer would have been something different, would y'all have liked that more? Like, nah, I kind of like, at least for me, I think he's a dog, right? So I don't know. It was good hearing it. But again, you can't debate what people are saying in the chat neither, Jess. Like, they do have a point. You got to wait and see.
I think you kind of have that like hearing it is one thing, believing it is another. We don't necessarily need to believe that he's a dog right now, but the fact that he said it, I'm okay with that. Like, I would rather have people with that energy, and I just hope that he can carry that energy. Be real what you say, stand to that. So I hope he remains 10 toes down and that he keeps that same energy now to week 1, 7, 15, whatever.
Well, he also said in that same interview that he's coming to Miami to work, right? Again, just another quote that people are probably going to not believe. and you do what you want. He also came and said he's not coming into Miami to try to step on anybody's toes, right? He
Step
just
on
wants to,
toes.
yeah, he
Step
don't
on.
want to step. Jess, you took the words right out of my mouth. Well,
Yeah.
no, you actually just go ahead and take off. Go ahead. What you mean by that?
No, like, I want you to come here and step on toes because there's plenty of toes to be stepped on. And I don't want, I that's the only thing that bothers me about the statement is don't say I'm a dog, but I'm not here. I'm gonna stay to the back. No, if you a dog, step to that and step on toes. You have something to prove while you're here. Because this, just like the chat is saying, we've heard this before. We've heard these same kind of sentiments from Ramsey, from Calais Campbell, from anywhere, even down to freaking OBJ at this point. I'm not here to do anything but work. We've heard that, the same iteration, multiple times over the past couple of years. So, I'm ready for you to be on people's toes. I don't, that's my take on that.
Damn, you know what? Tony needs to not show up more often because you are cooking right now, Jess. Hey, that is a great point by you, Jess. And Rashad obviously agrees. He says, talk to him, Jess. Listen, I will, and this is the last time you'll ever hear me say this. I agree with Rashad. Talk to him, Jess. Yeah, absolutely. Jess, that's a great point. Like, if you are a dog, and we were just talking about how excited that comment made both of us, right? Then no, don't come in here and say you're again, you don't gotta per se come in here and say, well, I'm stepping on toes. But again, don't come out in the media and say you're not, right? Just come down here and put the work in. And if you outshine a specific player or multiple players or whatever, then cool, let that happen. But I think you were spot on. Like, nah, that's so I can say I'm excited about the comment of I'm a dog. I can say I'm not overly excited on the comment of I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. Like, so nah, hey Jess, hey, like Tone, stay on vacation. We'll see. Don't even come back for Friday. Jess out here killing it, boy.
Well, thank you.
Look at that, Jess. Hold on real quick. Miss Linda Jackson, salute to you. Thank you for pulling up. Jess was preaching the word. Whoa. Hey.
Write it down, make a plan.
Hey, I see you, Jess.
Always. But I kind of touched base on this with the chat a little bit while you were having your little connection issue. Darren Waller activated. Are we happy? We should be happy, right? I mean, I want to see everybody activated at this point.
Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, I just want to see what he got. Today he was on the practice field. I don't know how much. I didn't really get no reports on him or nothing like highlighted or jumped off the screen about. It was just basically he was out there and he was practicing with the team. So yeah, I would say it's a good thing just to have him, officially off the PUP list. Yeah. Now, before I keep going, I'll ask you a simple question. Mm-hmm. Darren Waller, you playing him Saturday night against the Jacks?
Yes.
How long?
I don't know. At least a half. I'm putting him out there for a minute because you just came back. I need to see you in action, and I need at least a decent amount of time to see that. So I'm going to say at least a half from me. And that may be, long.
Yeah, I don't know about well, again, would I be mad if you played a half? No, I wouldn't be mad. I don't know if you go from not playing football last year to retiring the year before because your mind wasn't in it to practice for 2 days, 3 days, and then play a whole half of football. Sure. I don't know if they do, but I'm with you. I would at least play him a quarter, right?
Like a minimum of a quarter. But I feel like when you look back at his history and you look at, he retired because his mind wasn't in it. One quarter is not showing me that your mind is back. Because you could say that you're back and you ready, but I don't know. A half for me is that would be giving me the right energy if I
Yeah.
can see him do that. But
Well, real quick, Jess, right? This is a show for the people, right? And we know out of everybody over here at the Blitz Pickup, you're probably the music person out of all of us, right?
that's true.
Did you buy the Darren Waller album?
Yeah, I did not.
Oh, okay. Jess, my bad. I'm just checking. I'm just trying to
No,
hold you accountable.
I heard a little bit, but not my thing. Yeah.
Okay. So no, I'm with you. I think he should play this weekend.
Yeah.
I would play him for at least a quarter. See what he does. If he's playing well and he wants to continue playing, then play him longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I'm excited to see what he has. But I see Nene in the chat talking about Odell vibes. I see True Fin fan. Shout out to both, right? Especially my guy True Fin. He's saying he has the kind of same vibes as Nene does with Odell. Again, it's absolutely right. Like again, these are debates or narratives that we can't come up here and defend.
Yeah.
I would say this though about Darren Waller. When he was right in the league and his mind was right and he wanted to play football and stuff, he was a good tight end in this league. Very productive with the Raiders. Not on good teams or anything like that, but he could be a good player. So it is intriguing because if we're going to be honest, Jess, looking at our tight end room, this kid Rucci or whatever, Tanner Connor, Julian Hill. If Darren Waller's heart, mind, and soul is in playing football, Jess, without question, he's the best tight end in our room. Yeah. Excuse me. So again, do I expect a lot from him? Probably not. If I'm sitting here today, probably not. Do I even expect what we got from Jonnu Smith from him next year or last year? No, probably not. No. But again, in a pinch, could you look up and Darren Waller gives you 4 to 5 catches for 50 yards, maybe, and a key first down catch here and there in a pinch? Sure. So at least that's what I'm betting on. Just give us another body, because Rucci I'm not high on, and Julian Hill I'm not high on. There's some question marks with Tanner Connor, even though he's kind of looked good this offseason and been making some plays here recently in practice in some of the preseason games. But again, I'd rather take my chances at this point with Darren Waller. So yeah, it's good to have him off of the pup and at least showing that he's out there, right? Like, so again, but I get everybody's point. It looks like a lot of people are not high on Darren Waller.
Yeah, and that's okay. Nobody needs to be necessarily. I think at this point, there's a lot of the fan base that just really isn't high on most of the team at this point. It looks good on paper. That's what I will say. Things look good on paper, but that's about it, at least right now.
Well, but again, see this, and this is where, Jess, I usually debate other people, and I'm not going to sit here and debate you, but yeah, we can, because I agree. It's on paper with the Dolphins. But what I don't like is when, and I'm not saying you're doing this, Jess, or anybody else is doing it now, but what I don't like is it's so easy for us to come out and say, well, it looks good on paper for the Dolphins, but then anything the New England Patriots do for Sun, oh, they're going to win the division. Oh, hey, did you see what the Patriots did? Well, again, ain't it on paper? I don't know how it goes from paper on the Dolphins to now New England is the new hot thing in the league. Because all we're saying is what New England is doing is also on paper, or any other team. And I just think as Dolphin fans, we do that a lot. Like, it's always, and I get it, it has to be the wait and see approach. I'm not saying we're wrong, but in that same breath, ain't it supposed to be a wait and see approach for every team in the league? Like, Nobody has played a snap of football this season that means anything. Everybody is 0-0. Again, everything is on paper. Like we could say, well, the Eagles, they look great on paper, even though they look great on the field last year, but we don't know if week one, and again, there was reports, I don't know if you've seen it, Jess, the Eagles have a laundry list of injured players this offseason, right? So, again, maybe they start off slow. Maybe they're not as good as last year. On paper, though, it looks great. Yeah. Right? So, that's all I'm saying. I just, I wish people kind of moved more in that aspect. It's fair to say on paper for the Dolphins, but it's not fair to say for anybody else. And again, I'm not saying anybody in the chat or you just is saying it. I always, when I hear it's on paper, well, damn, at this point, it's on paper for everybody.
True. That is very true. I think that stance of it looks good on paper when it comes to Miami because things have been so questionable or up in the air, or a lot of the fan base does feel like nothing has changed in 2 years, 3 years, whatever. So I think when it comes to Miami saying it's good on paper, everybody's like, that's, what we're used to saying. That's that routine of every year we go through the same thing. Where when it comes to other teams, you're like, yeah, good, look good on paper, but last year it looked good on the field. And we expect them to carry that over, where that expectation, at least for Miami, is very low. That bar is very low. So,
yeah, listen, again, you can't debate that. That is the narratives or the circumstance that the Dolphins have put themselves in. So, again, you can't debate that. Actually, this is a good question by Nene, Jess. We weren't planning on talking about it, but are you guys going to mention the Asante Samuel Jr. rumors? Again, it's crazy, right? We don't know if the rumors are true or not. We have beat reporters coming out and saying the rumors are false. We have beat reporters coming out, Jess, and saying the rumors are true. We have no confirmation from Asante Samuel Jr., but we have confirmation from Asante Samuel Sr. It's just a lot of assumptions at this point. Man, I don't know. I think a move should be made. I think they should reach out to him, but the rumor, I believe, was started yesterday or 2 days ago or whatever, and he still hasn't hit the building yet, Jess. So I guess the rumor is false. Like, I don't think it would take you, if you did reach out to him and, he said he was coming, I don't think it would take 2 days to get there. So, listen, I think a move should be made. I think the Dolphins should be reaching out and calling them. But, there's a crazy amount of reports. Is he coming? He is coming. He's not there. He's not coming. I really don't know who to believe, Jess. I just know a move should be made in the secondary. Somebody needs to be called. But I'll let you take off on the Asante Samuel Jr. rumors.
I'm hit or miss. I've seen a lot of beat writers saying stuff and other people saying other stuff, and I don't know. If it's taking him, like you said, if it shouldn't take you 2 days to get here. If it is true and it's taking him time to come here, there's a reason. There is doubt somewhere by him on his part. Because if you were they called or whatever the situation may be, you would be on that. I don't know. There's someone somewhere, there's some doubt or something is not right. So just because based off of that, I would like to believe that the rumor is fake. And if there's somebody else involved, if it's us and somebody else, whatever, I don't really know overly too much about the rumor right now, but if there is us and somebody else and we're becoming a second choice or third choice or whatever, there's a reason for that. And if I get it, we're not going to be everybody's first choice of a team, but if there's 4 teams in question and we move down that totem pole to last, why do we even want that person? They don't want to be here.
Mm. Mm. Well, that again, that's a good point, Jess. But it's hard for me because how do we know he's making us our last choice though?
Right. And we don't know. And that's like, exactly. That's what the issue is we don't know. I just, somebody in the chat, I just seen it. I can't see it on my screen anymore, but I think that it had something about that he has like debilitating shoulder injuries or something like that. I just saw that comment kind of scroll up on my sidebar there. I don't know. The injury prone, which date back to high school. It's plausible he might not pass a physical. That's a reason. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that's the main reason.
I'm not in a chase for this, like, and maybe it's just me personally, and I get it. Like NFL, NBA, totally different. You know, like most of you know, like I'm going. If I'm picking between the two, I'd always pick the NBA before. But I know in like football wise, you are going to have those older players. You know, more of those vets and everything else. Now, I've never been the person that was on a bandwagon of chasing old people. So I'm like, I don't really care. Like if it's fake, if it's a fake rumor, if it's a real rumor. But if I'm looking at it like a long list of injuries, which as that person said, it dates back to high school, you can bring them. But I'm not like, oh my God, let's go get him. I don't really care what his stats were last year, the year before, whatever else. I'm looking at injuries because this team has more than enough. So we have enough issues.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can't argue.
No, it's a no.
No. Yeah, absolutely. Again, that it's a neck injury. I don't believe it's a shoulder, Brad Boss, but it's a neck, and neck injuries are very concerning. I would say I think he's only 26 years old though, so he's not that old. You would have to definitely have your medical team be on point if you did make a move, like that. Because again, neck injuries, especially in the league that they're playing in, it's no bueno, right? It's not good.
But to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, we need our medical team on point, on standby just for this guy, it's a no for me.
Well, I mean, you bring him into the building and you have your medical team check on him, and I'm sure he's,
absolutely. You give him the benefit.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm sure every time he's been to a doctor here recently or with his neck, and they can get reports from the Chargers when he was there as well. Like, I'm sure the NFL can, or the Dolphins can do their research on him, right? Like, again, but he's not the only guy. Like, Gilly is still out there. I know he's a little bit older, to your point, but very productive. Hasn't missed a lot of games the last 3 seasons. He's still out there. Obviously, Rasheed Douglas is still out there. And we got to remember, too, Jess, that these teams, they're currently at 90 players in their building. Exactly. They got to get down to 53, I believe, sometime next week. So there's going to be a lot of players coming up here very soon that get released. And possibly could that be what the Dolphins are waiting for? There's Asante Samuel Jr., there's Gilly, Rasheed Douglas, and a bunch of other guys that are going to be coming up here real soon. So, listen, I think as far as the cornerback room and bringing people in, I think everybody would agree that's here. A move needs to be made. I think the Dolphins, for me, though, they're just playing the wait and see approach, seeing who gets cut, seeing who gets released. And if they don't like nothing there, then maybe, again, the Asante Samuel Jr., Rasheed Douglas, Gillies of the world, they kind of get those calls as well. I think for those free agents that are there and a lot of teams, I think they're just, at this point, they're playing the wait and see approach. So
yeah, we'll see what happens.
If he wanted to be here, again, if he wanted to be here, I get what you're saying. If he wanted to be here, he would be here. But he could want to be here, and the Dolphins might not want to have him here.
That part too. Yeah.
So, it is what it is. I did. Where's the comment at? I wanted to see. Here it is, right here. Can I ask y'all a question? Why are we not talking about the fact that the rebuild failed and there are in the first steps of the next rebuild? Serious question. Again, see, for me, actually, let me put that back up. For me, it's hard. Did the rebuild fail? Yeah, we have no Super Bowls. And we have no division titles.
Yep.
And we have no playoff wins. If that is what we're talking about failing, then yeah, it failed. Jess, we had 2 back-to-back winning seasons under Brian Flores.
Yep.
We had 2 back-to-back winning seasons with Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
I believe 4 out of the last 5 years we've had winning seasons. Everybody says it's hard to win football games in this league. I can concede the argument, Jess. It's a failure, right? I'll even concede the argument. It's a failure. Have the Baltimore Ravens not failed? In your opinion?
Have they not failed?
Well, again, I'm just asking, do you think the Baltimore Ravens had failed yet? It's just a yes or no.
No. I wouldn't say that they failed. No.
Okay. Have the Buffalo Bills failed, in your opinion?
No.
Okay. Now, see, this is where the only reason I'm asking those questions, Jess, for me, it's about where your standards are, right? What do we always talk about, Jess? There's levels.
Levels, yeah.
The Dolphins' level is trying to make the playoffs and win a playoff game. They haven't done it. They failed.
Yeah.
All right, cool. The Super Bowl favorites last year were the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
They had the best running back in the league that everybody told, hey, this is going to take them over the top. They have a 2-time MVP in this league. Their expectations is not the Dolphins' expectations, Jess.
True.
The Baltimore Ravens are not worried about making the playoffs and winning a playoff game. Their expectations is Super Bowl. So
Right.
According to their expectations, I would say they failed.
Okay.
The Buffalo Bills' expectation is not winning the AFC East. They've done it for the last 6 years.
Right.
The Buffalo Bills' expectations this year, the NFL, if you go look at the schedule, has them favored in every game this season, Jess. 17 weeks of football, the Bills are favored in every game this season. What am I supposed to do with that? So if they don't go 17-0 and they don't hoist the Lombardi Trophy, is that a failure?
For their standards, yes.
Because exactly. And that's the only point I'm trying to make. Their expectations, again, I don't think when I see these comments about rebuild and stuff, Trufin, I get the point, right? All I'm trying to say is, and I've made this 1,000 of times, when we tore this thing down, Jess, in 2019, 2020, and we were offering players and we were signing players on Wednesday that were starting the games on Sunday, and it was Walmart workers and UPS drivers. And I don't think in 2026, Jess, that's going to be this team. Right? Like, I don't think, again, let's say Jalen Phillips is gone. Cool. Bradley Chubb, gone. Cool. Tyreek Hill, gone. Cool. Tua, gone. Cool. There's 4 players. Right? There's 4. Zach Seiler's going to be here. Waddle's going to be here. A-Chain's going to be here.
That is true.
Jordan Brooks is going to be here. Chop Robinson's going to be here. Kenneth Grant's going to be here. This is not a full rebuild like everybody thinks. We're not reinventing the wheel. In 2020, we had 3 first-round picks for a reason. We were offing everybody. I don't think this is going to be the case. Again, they have failed. We all want playoff wins. We want division titles. We want to be playing in AFC championship games and watching our team late February in the Super Bowl. We all want that. But just to come out and say it's been a complete failure, nah, bro. Like, it was my argument when Brian Flores was here. That regime, I don't believe, was a failure. Mike McDaniel's regime, I don't believe it's a complete failure. They just haven't been able to get over the hump. And again, that's fine. I play by y'all's rules. If y'all want me to say the Dolphins have failed, okay, cool. All I'm telling you is I've watched a lot of other teams that have the same mindset, the same goals that we have. They're not meeting those neither. And all I'm saying is I don't hear about failures like that. We make excuses, right? For Lamar Jackson. We make excuses for him. We make excuses for Josh Allen and stuff. And again, all I'm saying is their teams ain't winning. Those organizations ain't winning for what their expectations is. So, Jess, I don't know how you feel on that. Again, the Dolphins have failed, but to answer the question of true fin and should we be talking about a complete rebuild, this, that, and the third? Nah, I don't believe that to be so, in my opinion. Now, changing pieces, absolutely. Maybe changing a coach, cool. Maybe getting rid of a general manager, I'm with it. But as far as the complete teardown of 2019, 2020, Jess, nah. Again, I don't know how you feel about that. But for me, I'm not trying to go all the way to that point for the 2026 version of the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, no. I want to highlight this comment because I think this is interesting.
But Jess, right there, right? I'm gonna let you have it. You highlighted the comment. But when did I say the Dolphins were compared to the Ravens and Bills? I didn't say that. I didn't say nothing about the Dolphins being compared to Buffalo and the Ravens. What I said was our expectations is please just make the playoffs and please get us a win. We have failed in doing that and achieving that, at least the playoff win. We've got to the playoffs. We just haven't won one, right? The Ravens and Baltimore or Buffalo's expectations is not playoff win. Oh, just get there and win wild card weekend. Baltimore has a two-time MVP and one of the best running backs in the league that almost basically went for 2,000 yards last year. They got bounced out in the playoffs when their expectation was going to the Super Bowl. They failed. It's okay to say that. Just how it's okay to say the Dolphins failed, it's okay to say the expectations, the level of what Baltimore expectation was, they failed. And all I'm saying is, Jess, again, you can take off, you highlighted the comment. Buffalo is favored in every game this season. If they don't go 17-0 and they don't play in the Super Bowl for what they are, right? What have they been building for? Super Bowl appearances. They haven't got there. So just how it's easy to say the Dolphins have failed, again, without comparing the Dolphins to Buffalo and Baltimore, Jess, no, in those scenarios, in those what they are playing for, they have ultimately failed in what they're trying to get accomplished.
I think it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's not necessarily hard to say that we have nothing in common with them because we have like mindset of goals. Obviously, all three teams would want to go to the Super Bowl. All three teams want to win the division, et cetera, go on. But every team, just like our goals are a lot different maybe than Buffalo or a lot different than Baltimore. If our goals are viewed as minuscule to what maybe Baltimore's goals are or what Buffalo's goals are, it doesn't undermine the fact that our goals are our goals. So even if our goal is win the division and their goals are, way more intense than ours or whatever, it's not to undermine our goal. We still didn't meet our goal. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if ours was super simple and theirs was 10 times more complex. The fact of the matter at the end of the day was whatever goal that we had as a team, we failed to complete it. So I wouldn't even sit here and say, let's compare us to Philadelphia. Let's compare us to Detroit. I don't think there's any team that you can compare in that aspect. I don't think there's really anybody that you could sit and say, this team is just like this team, because there's not. Everybody is their own thing and everybody's going to have their own goals. I don't know. And I get this comment that, do you realize that we're not on the same level as Denver or Tampa? We're not saying that we need to necessarily be on that same level, because whatever their level If there's 4 levels, their level 3 and our level 3 are going to be 2 totally different things all the time. Consistency, yeah. But again, it's hard to say. At the end of the day, we failed. Like at the end of the year, we failed miserably. It's hard.
Right. And again, I don't understand. Like, bro, we're just in our feelings at this point. So Denver is in a different level than Miami. Did Denver win the division last year, Jess?
What happened?
Did Denver win the division last year?
No, I don't know.
No, they didn't. They didn't win the division. Hey, did Denver win a playoff game last year, Jess?
What happened?
Did Denver win a playoff game last year, Jess?
Yes. No. I don't know.
No.
I don't know about Denver.
well, I'm trying to throw you layups, Jess, and you hit the layup. You just didn't dunk the ball, Jess. Listen, the fact of the matter,
this side of the map, okay?
I got you. Listen, Denver didn't win the division last year. That would be Kansas City. Denver didn't win a playoff game last year. They lost to Buffalo. So Denver is in front of us. Why? How? Right? The fact of the matter is Tampa, cool story. I'm here to tell y'all right now, this is going to be breaking news. I don't know how y'all feel. You put the Dolphins in a division with the Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints, and who's the third team? Bucks, Saints, Panthers. Who's the fourth in that division? Falcons. Falcons. You don't think the Dolphins are winning that division? Is that what you think? You know the Buccaneers, I think it was like 2 years ago, won the division with 7 wins? They won the division with like 7 wins. Bro, people just be out here talking, Jess.
Yeah.
And again, we're talking about, I see Nene in the chat and a bunch of others, right? Well, the Houston Texans, look what they've done. And look what all these other teams done. You're absolutely right. But I hear Nene bring it up all the time in Twitter spaces. And she's correct, by the way. She's never seen a general manager with all this talent and all this capital with 3 first-round picks and the money and this and that. Cool. I just said I believe Nene is right, Jess. She's right in everything she says. Yeah. So with the capital of 3 first-round picks and all the money that has Tua, Tyreek, Waddle, Zyler, Ramsey when he was here, all the guys that have gotten paid, right, and made this team what it is. If the Dolphins just were the Houston Texans with, 2 playoff wins, right? Wild card weekend, by the way, right? Just 1 playoff win. Does that make the Dolphins any better? Are y'all happy with that?
No.
Right. No one is. Well, at least, let me not say nobody. I wouldn't be. Because the same argument, Jess, that Nene makes all the time with the money and the picks and this, that, and the third. If you mean to tell me that all that we did only got you 1 playoff win, well, I'm here to tell Miami Dolphin fans, y'all standards got to be better than what it is. Because if y'all guys are just so thirsty for 1 playoff win, I'm not that thirsty. I want a sustained winner that consistently every year I know is going to be at least one. What I want is the Buffalo Bills. I want that. What I was talking about with the Ravens. They're not worried about winning 10 games. The Ravens ain't worried about going to wild card weekend. The Ravens' expectations is every year to play in championship games and Super Bowls. That's what their expectation is. It's not 1 year. It's not build the team and have a rebuild and 3 years down the line to have that team and then the year 5 we're tearing it down again because it didn't work. No. They have built a consistent winner. That's what I'm looking for, right? And these people well, the rebuild failed because we don't have 1 playoff win. I wouldn't be happy with just 1 playoff win. When this team traded all those assets to go get Tyreek Hill, my expectation was just we got Tyreek Hill for 1 playoff win. When we drafted A-Chain and we seen what he could do and we're scoring 70 points in the game and he's rushing for almost 1,000 yards in 8 weeks, my expectation was, well, I got that guy for the next couple of years. I just want one playoff win. What are we talking about? Like, I don't care what y'all say with the feelings of what Houston has done. Houston has done what? Win a playoff game? Cool. Now what? Now what? What are they going to do next? Nah, bro, I'm sorry. I don't get thirsty for just one playoff win, Justin. It just seems like, again, I know it's been a long time, 25 years, but nah. I'm looking to build a consistent winner where every year, year in, year out, my team is able to compete. Not just build a team for a 5-6 year run, and then all of a sudden we're bottom feeders again, and we're tearing it down, and we're ripping the Band-Aid off, and we're trying to create something else. Nah, I'm not with that. I don't want just a one playoff win so I could be happy so I can come out here and just say, oh, my team got a playoff win. Look at us. No, bro, I'm sorry.
I'm trying to read some of the comments.
Again, Nene, I agree with you. While you're looking for comments, Jess, breaking the 25-year streak would be a point in the right direction. Absolutely. Right? All I'm saying is, though, what do we talk about, Nene? Right? And Nene, you know where I'm trying to come from. All we talk about is this team is trash. The general manager is trash. The head coach is trash. These players are soft. Okay, fine. Does one playoff win make Chris Grier a genius? Does one playoff win make Mike McDaniel a great coach? Does one playoff win make these players go from soft to tough? No, it doesn't. So at the end of the day, one playoff win does what? Nothing. We should want more. Our expectations should be more. It's the same argument for the people that have, well, I don't like Tua, give Quinn Ewers a chance. Let's say, Jess, for the sake of argument, Quinn Ewers is marginally better than Tua. Well, why the hell would I want that? I want Lamar Jackson, which is a big upgrade over Tua. I want Josh Allen, which is a big upgrade over Tua. I don't want just a little bit better than Tua. I don't just want one playoff win. I want for the next, again, instead of talking about 25 years of not having a playoff win, right? I want the next 25 years to be, damn, these Dolphins, they have been one of the juggernauts in this league for the last 10 to 15 years. That's what I want. Not just one playoff win so we could be thirsty. Oh, my God, the monkey is off our back. No. Like, bro, our standards are so low, Jess, it's unbelievable.
Our standards are definitely low. That's definitely a thing. I highlighted Von Joe's comment. I thought that was a interesting take, but I have a thought, I guess, about it.
Well, go ahead. Take off. Give me your thought.
So, Philly is, I want to say, more stabilized. I know, and I know you like Chris Grier, and I do not. That is where you and me will always differ, Lou. Chris Grier is not Howie Roseman. So, yes, they tear down and win again because they tear down and bring in players that don't get injured as frequently as we do, or they bring in people who have that dog mentality and stand 10 toes all the time where we don't have that. And that's just point blank simple. And I don't mean that to be aggressive, but I'm just saying.
Absolutely. But Von Joe, again, listen to what, can we put that comment back up? Where's it at?
Might have to scroll up a little bit.
Yeah, because I just want to make sure I was reading that right.
Oh, I think I found it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, my fault. Oh,
my fault, Jess. But that's what Philly did. So again, Philly won the Super Bowl, and they tore the whole team down and started over from scratch. Is that what Von Joe was trying to tell me?
If he's saying that, then he would be incorrect.
Yeah, no, well, I'm glad you said it, Jessica. When I say things like that, I'm just a hater. No, that is factually incorrect. When the hell did they tear everything down and rebuild it again?
Yeah.
Like, bro, we're just talking at this point. People want to literally tear this thing down to the studs, bro. Nah, I'm sorry. Again, I just maybe it's me. I have a difference of opinion. Again, I agree. Get rid of the quarterback. Hell, get rid of the coach. Get rid of the general manager. Get rid of a couple pieces here and there. From what we did in 2020, that I don't think we have to go to those extreme measures in 2026 for the Miami Dolphins. Again, Grier near or not. So I'm a Grier near. I just said get rid of him.
I'm sorry, Lou.
Jess, did I not just say get rid of Chris Grier?
You did. I don't like to reference Philly when it comes to these things because I feel like it's too far. There's gotta be somebody else in between because when you talk about Philly as a team, they've gotten rid of some key people, but they consistently bring in good people. I don't think that we are on that level. If you look at they've had substantial injuries, don't get me wrong, but you look at Miami's injuries and Philadelphia's injuries, it doesn't match for me. It just, no. It's a no.
Well, and Ali has a question. Says, Jess Lewis, do you think the standards are the symptom of the team standards or culture?
I would say the culture. They are soft, Lou. They are soft. And you say it all the time. They are soft. The culture is non-existent here. There is no culture here other than we're going to get out there and do what we please. And we have Mike McDaniel every 5 minutes at the podium. So, yes, our standards are that low because the culture is non-existent.
And again, I agree. The culture is non-existent and they are soft. But when I look in the comments and I see, well, just get me one playoff win, that's soft. Again, Jess, I say it all the time. I call this team soft. Well, I'm going to call some of these people in this fan base soft as hell too. I mean, if one playoff win gets y'all like that, then y'all are soft. I'm sorry. I don't want one playoff win. Get me more.
Like jumping off. I'm not okay. I live outside of Philadelphia. I'm not greasing the poles and jumping on poles with one playoff win. I'm going to say that now. But one playoff win would give me substantial content for at the end of at least a season. I would be content. But I'm not running outside. I'm not jumping on greased poles. I'm not waving the Miami flag from the street lights. Like, I'm not doing that. But I'm content with one playoff win, at least to start. I would expect more the next season. That's where you build those levels.
And again, absolutely. But this is where Jess, I just try to understand what people tell me. Mike McDaniel can't coach, Jess. If he has one playoff win, can he coach?
I wouldn't change all that because there's other people responsible for coaching. You have other coaches, so I'm not just on Mike McDaniel.
Okay, Jess. If the Dolphins win a playoff game, is that going to change the fact with the second round pick, Chris Grier drafted Liam Eichenberg?
No.
With a playoff win, Jess, is it going to take the fact away that Chris Grier did not sign Christian Wilkins back or Robert Hunt?
No.
Is it going to change the fact that he traded for Tyreek Hill?
No.
Is it going to change the fact that what people say they hate about him the most is that he had all this money and these draft picks? Is it going to change the fact that in the 2020 draft, he drafted Austin Jackson, Tua, and Noah Igbenogany? Is that one playoff win going to erase all that?
No.
What are we talking about, Jess? I don't want to do y'all like this, but y'all forced me to do it. I'm really not trying to do this to y'all.
I think for some people in the chat, they may or may not agree with me. If we got one playoff win. And I know somebody just mentioned it. One playoff win, then a loss the next week. I would still be disappointed. Absolutely. I would still be disappointed. But at the end of the season, I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe our main goal, which everybody's main goal, Super Bowl, right? If that main goal was not achieved, I'm going to sit here and say, okay, but for the past X amount of years, we haven't even gotten to this point, and we finally got here. So we may have something going next year. Let's go back and work harder. What did we mess up on at one point? There was a turn at some point. Where did we go wrong? Because it's not going to be in just one game that we go wrong. There's going to be things leading up to that. What can we correct? But if we're going to be on the same bandwagon that we're on now and we're not winning anything, no playoffs, win nothing, like eventually we're going to have to do like a hard reset. We're going to have to sit back and say, all right, wipe it all down to the studs and let's restart again. If you're winning at least one, you can say, okay, next year, let's get to this point. Maybe we let go of 3 people and we bring 3 new people in, but you're not going to sit here and be like, okay, we really need to break this all the way down. So I'm just looking at it from 1 leads to 2. Hopefully. So I'm content with 1. I'm content with 1, at least to start.
You know what's crazy, Jess? And we're going to get out of here because we've been up here for almost an hour and a half, right? So we appreciate there's still 43 people in here. Hey, I seen Von Joe too. I haven't really looked. What are the likes looking like? Because y'all got to get this like button and start hitting it, right? Like this is ridiculous. But Jess, real quick, right? Because you said something just now. You were like, just get me 1 playoff win and I'd be content, right? Those are your words, Jess, not mine.
Yep, these are my words.
And again, I hate to do you like this because you're my sister. You know that, right? I hate to do you like this, right? So you weren't content enough to see Chris Brown already like 8 times in 2025? You're not so you just need 1 playoff. Let me get this right. You just need 1 playoff win from the Dolphins, but you got to go see Chris Brown 37 times in 1 year.
Not any comparison. Okay, I can sit here and say, all right, Miami needs 1 playoff win to make me content. But Chris Brown, I need to see Chris Brown in the rain, in the sun, at a football stadium, at a baseball park. I'm ticking it down. I've never missed a Chris Brown tour since I was 15. For those of you that don't know, I'm 30. I've never missed a Chris Brown tour since I was 15. Am I going to start now? No. I've seen him at so many different places. It's just going down the list now. I'm checking boxes. But one playoff win is all I ask. I asked the same thing for the Sixers. 1.
Unbelievable. These standards are so low, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm the only one out here.
I'm gonna have you sit on your couch like, damn.
I'm the only one out here just trying to change the standards out here for this football team. You guys are okay with just 1 playoff win and let's keep it pushing. That's crazy.
I keep it pushing until the next year. Then we got to, you got to, look at, see, somebody said maybe your standards are too high.
So I just want a winner. So my standards are too high for just wanting a winner?
One leads to 2.
Yeah, 1 leads to 2. Not when it comes. Well, yeah, you're right. 1 leads to 2 when it comes to Chris Brown concerts. 1 leads to 2, 2 leads to 4, 4 leads to 8, and 8 leads to 12, according to Jess. Hey, listen, we got 37. Hey, listen, 41 in the room, an hour and 25 minutes. Hopefully this was long enough for Tone. Jess.
So sorry.
Hey, Jess, what's the laughing for, Jess?
I hope this is enough for Tone. Tone, you better clock it when you come back.
Hey, first of First of all, I said hopefully this is long enough for Tone, by the way, and that was wild, by the way. Hey, yo, hey, Jess, that's wild, Jess. Hey, Jess, that's wild. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother in Europe. Jess, you got anything before we get out of here?
I do not. One playoff win.
Damn, one playoff win it is. Hey, for the 30-some people still in here, the fact of the matter is we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Tony had a no call, no show. So when y'all see him, let him know about it. For your boy, hey, Jess, and by the way, you were cooking tonight. I ain't gonna lie to you. You were doing your thing. All right. Hey, for your boy, for Jess, for the producer in the back, this has been the Wednesday episode of the Blitz Pickup. I can't lie. Tonight, the revolver goes to Jess. And if y'all don't know how the revolver goes, let me show you how. Bang, bang.